news stories for you. Breaking news is from Mekelle, Tigray's capital. Mekelle International Airport has been closed. Flights are not landing at the airport, and Ethiopian Federal Communication Ministry has released a statement. The statement used the word terrorist twice for Tigray People Liberation Front. The statement is about Mekelle Airport, that flights have been banned from landing at this airport. Second news story is from Eritrea, a cycling giant. Eritrea is going to organize National Cycling Championship this week. A third news story is about a statement released by Oromo Liberation Army. OLA is questioning the coverage of the massacre which was committed in Wellega. OLA says international media's coverage is botched, it's lopsided. What is OLA's position? OLA in the statement clarifies when it conducted operation in Gimbi, what was the target of the operation, and those who have been killed in Wellega, are they Oromos or Amharas? Several important points are mentioned in this statement of Oromo Liberation Army. And lastly, viewers, yesterday, Geta Choreda, Tigray presidential spokesperson, held a press briefing in English in Tigray. He elaborated upon the humanitarian situation, mediation efforts, Western Tigray, several important points related to Tigray conflict. I have watched his press briefing. It seems that Tigray now wants a lesser role of African Union. It seems Tigray EU, Tigray US engagements have increased, and Tigray wants lesser role, I would say, for African Union. We'll have a detailed look at what Getachew said about Olusegun Obasanjo, about Musa Faki, about Benkole Adoye, African Union officials. Firstly, viewers, breaking news is from Mekelle, Tigray's capital, where flight operation has been suspended. Ethiopian Federal Communication Ministry just a few minutes ago released a statement. The statement uses the word terrorist twice for Tigray People Liberation Front. Relations between Ethiopian and Tigray regional governments were improving. It seems that there is start of some serious problems which could be seen in coming days. What is Ethiopian federal government saying? The statement claims, the title of the statement is Terrorist TPLF banned 8 planes from landing in Mekelle Airport. This is the title of the statement. So, Ethiopian federal government is accusing Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray government, that it has banned 8 flights from landing at Mekelle Airport. The government says that it has been committed to delivery of aid to Tigray in coordination with 8 partners. It has been trying to deliver aid to Tigray, but Tigray People Liberation Front has been trying to hinder these aid convoy movements, and the purpose was to build a false narrative against Ethiopian government that it was blocking aid to Tigray. And once again, Tigray People Liberation Front is adopting the same strategy, and flights have been banned from landing at airport. And this ban was imposed yesterday. Government says since yesterday, 8 flights have not been allowed to land at Tigray's Mekelle Airport. Government is urging international community to investigate the cause of this suspension. International community, which is calling for unhindered, unfettered humanitarian access to Tigray, should investigate the cause and condemn this action. It is being demanded by Ethiopian federal government. We are waiting for a statement from Tigray government. We'll update you once we get Tigray's position. The Ethiopian government's position is that since yesterday, flight operations are suspended. We know that in recent weeks, a number of humanitarian flights to Tigray has considerably increased. World Food Programme, World Health Organization, International Committee of Red Cross and other aid partners, other countries as well, they have sent scores of flights carrying aid, medicines, medical equipment to Tigray in recent weeks. So there was considerable improvement in the number of flights landing at Mekelle airport in recent weeks and last year. But suddenly we are seeing that this suspension of aid flight operations at Mekelle airport is being reported. Just 2 days ago, EU's Commissioner for Crisis Management and Humanitarian Operations, Janis Linarčič, was in Tigray. He visited Tigray. After that, he held a press briefing. He called for resumption of basic services. He called for unhindered supply of fuel to Tigray. So it was being hoped that there could be improvement, further improvement in humanitarian situation in Tigray, because in Tigray aid is arriving by road as well, but fuel is not being allowed to enter Tigray. Aid is lying pending distribution in Mekelle. Now suddenly flight operations have been suspended. Could this suspension be linked to shortage of fuel? That remains to be seen. We'll update you in coming hours about this news story once we get Tigray's position. We have Tigray's position, but unofficially. So we are waiting for official position of Tigray government. Second news story is from Eritrea, viewers. A cycling giant which is producing world quality cyclists. In recent months, we have heard Eritrean cyclists making their marks at international level. Beniam Germe won a stage of Giro d'Italia, International Cycling Championship. Nathaniel Tesfatsian has also been seen making his mark. Now in Eritrea, a National Cycling Championship is being held this week from the 24th of June till the 26th of June. This championship will be held in Asmara, Eritrean capital. Preparations are underway. In 4 categories, competitions will be held. Junior women category, junior men category, elite and under 23 men category, elite and under 23 women category. So in these 4 categories, competition will be held. Eritrea is emerging as a cycling giant in Africa as well. A few days ago, African Cycling Championship was held and the event was dominated by Eritrean cyclists. So preparations are underway in Eritrea for this upcoming National Cycling Championship. Watch this video showing the preparations for the upcoming National Cycling Championship due to be held in Asmara. Thirdly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army a few hours ago released a statement which their spokesperson shared with me as well through mail, and the statement is about coverage of Wellega massacre. OLA claims that international media Local media's coverage of Wellega massacre is botched. It's lopsided. What is OLA's position about this massacre? Where is international local media making mistakes? OLA says, firstly, that it was the 14th of June when its forces launched a military operation in Gimbi, West Wellega. The purpose of this operation was firstly to free political prisoners, secondly to capture weaponry, thirdly to degrade enemies' fighting capabilities. Operation was conducted. It was around 24-hour long operation, and one military camp and two compounds in Gimbi were attacked by OLA fighters, and one compound was being used by Gachana Sirna, a government-backed Oromia region-based militia. OLA says that government forces suffered heavy losses and they retreated westwards towards Nakamte along A4 highway. And by the next day, by the 15th of June, OLA had withdrawn from Gimbi. And the massacre, which is being reported in Wellega, it was committed 3 days after this incident. And the massacre was committed in a place which is situated between Gimbi and Nakamte. It's around 50 kilometers away from Gimbi, around 60 kilometers away from Nakamte. It's in between Gimbi and Nakamte. There, Tole town, Tole locality is situated where massacre was committed. OLA claims that government forces retreated from Gimbi towards Nakamte, and A4 highway between Gimbi and Nakamte was under the control of government forces. So how is that OLA committed the massacre? OLA is saying that the day this incident happened in Wellega, A4 highway, Gimbi to Nakamte, was under the control of government forces, firstly. Secondly, OLA's position is that the killed in Wellega, in Tole, include both Oromos and Amharas. Almost half of the killed are Oromos as well. Thirdly, it says that international media is relying on distant reporting. Witnesses are being interviewed remotely. No reporters have actually visited the place, and the place is tightly controlled. There is an internet shutdown. Phone service has been suspended for some time here, and government is this is tightly controlled area in terms of flow of information. That is why whatever information government is sharing is being regarded as true by international media. That is why the coverage is one-sided. Since international local media is relying on government shared information, that is why international media is reporting which is blaming OLA is misleading. OLA is demanding the establishment of an international independent fact-finding mission to investigate this atrocity and other atrocities committed in Ethiopia. Will there be such a commission established? I don't think so. Ethiopian government will not agree to such a commission. Is OLA proposing this commission because it will not be established? Or OLA is not involved in this conflict? That's a question which can only be answered after some investigation. But civilians have been killed. It has been confirmed by OLA as well. Both are confirming, OLA and government, that civilians have been killed. So they were Amharas or Oromos, Muslims or non-Muslim. These are questions. But answer is that civilians have been killed. All sides are confirming. Who killed the civilians? It's the responsibility of the government to determine the culprits, the perpetrators. And government is accusing OLA. OLA says that government's Gachana Sirna militia is involved. Wellega is messed up, viewers. There is chaos in Wellega. So many players, and all players keep on accusing each other. Yes, there is need of some mechanism of investigation which can be trusted by all parties. Lastly, viewers, it seems that a Tigray government wants lesser role of African Union in upcoming talks. Yesterday, Gata Choreda appeared on Tigray TV. He held a press briefing. He took some questions as well. And after watching the press briefing, we can safely say that Tigray is now hoping that the talks will be monitored by the US and other players. Tigray wants lesser role of African Union. Gata Choreda called into question the impartiality of Moussa Faki, African Union chairperson. He questioned the impartiality of Bankole Adeoye, African Union's Commissioner for Peace and Security. He talked about Obasanjo as well, and he said that Obasanjo was reading from the talking points of the Addis Ababa authorities. So in a way, Gata Choreda made African Union controversial. He said Olusegun Obasanjo had visited, had met with Tigray leaders around 7 times, and Tigray president talked to Olusegun Obasanjo and tried to convey to Obasanjo that he should take other actors, other players on board too. This was a very important point. It means that Tigray wants mediation to be conducted by not only African Union but also by other players too, Kenya, US, EU as well, because 2 days ago when EU's Commissioner for Crisis Management Janis Lenarčič was in Mekelle, Debrecen reportedly proposed to him that EU should be part of negotiations as well, part of mediation too. Yes, EU is interested in humanitarian work in Tigray, but Debrecen proposed that EU should play a wider role. EU should be a part of the mechanism to resolve this crisis. So it means that Tigray wants bigger role for the EU, the US, and it has been a position of the government, Tigray government, since the start of this conflict. But Ethiopian government has been resisting US-EU entry to resolve this conflict. But now things are changing. Tigray officials are meeting US officials, EU officials. The direct engagement has resumed, which has been suspended for months. Ethiopian government is allowing direct engagement between Tigray government officials and EU, US officials. That is why perhaps Tigray now wants a lesser role of African Union. Tigray believes that African Union is supporting PM Abiy's government. I have this fear that Ethiopian government could be concerned about this Tigray's wish to sideline African Union and to demand more role for EU and US. If it happens, the talks could be in danger. African Union cannot be sidelined. If it is sidelined, Ethiopian government could lose interest in talks too. So while Tigray EU, Tigray US relations are improving, African Union will have to be, it will have to remain part of talks. Otherwise, the future of talks could be in danger. That's my analysis of my understanding of the situation. And as I said at the start of this video, that flight operation at Mekelle airport has been suspended. So that is why I think that if Tigray EU, Tigray US relations strengthen, we could see government withdrawing from talks or slowing down the process leading to talks. Thank you for watching.